Good morning, everybody in the land of Coldwell Banker, Colorado. Hope all is well on this amazing, what is this, Wednesday? We are halfway through the week, so congratulations, you've made it so far. How do you like the awesome backdrop and the shirt that matches? It all just kind of comes together. It's amazing how that happens. Let's dive right in. We are going to be taking you through the market reports. So in the event that you are following along, which I hope you are, because I want to have you go through step by step with me, I need to make sure that you are at the NRT gateway like you see here on the screen. So take a quick minute to get to the NRT gateway, log into the NRT gateway, and when you get to the NRT gateway, you're going to click on the Market Reports button. It says Market Reports. It has the 4 bar graphs, vertical bar graphs. So just take a moment and we'll get you there. Now, what we are going to be creating and walking you through as we go through this is a market report that is specific to data, market data, relative to a certain area. A geographic area, whether it's a specific community, area, city, etc. We're going to literally walk you through and create it and set you up with that. Now, just so you know, and you may recall, the AVP, right? So we have our agent value package exclusive to Coldwell Banker, Colorado, which is a monthly opportunity that we provide you to reach out to your clients, right? So it gives you a reason to reach out to them that is completely unrelated to real estate, whether it be the Santa photo event that's coming up on December 3rd, which, by the way, make sure you're reaching out to your people, inviting them to that event at your office where they can come in and have complimentary free photos taken with or without Santa, and then you hand deliver those photos back to your clients just prior to the holidays. It's just a great touch point. So whether it's the Santa photo event that's coming up that's unrelated related to real estate, gives you a reason to reach out to your people, or this night at the Rockies, or if you're in Fort Collins, we have the Peach Festival. Loveland, we have the Eagles game, and so on and so forth, along with the various sweepstakes and pretty much all you can imagine as it pertains to giving you a meaningful reason to contact your people, right? So that is the AVP as it pertains to client engagement. And we're proud to have that at Coldwell Banker. Now, as it relates to the AVP that is specific to real estate information, and we've had a lot of agents request this for 2 reasons. One, it gives you the authority to be the real estate professional delivering good, solid market information, data, and so forth, which we'll look at here in a second. And then also some of our friendly, good competitors were also sending out similar type reports, and the feedback that we got from you in the field was, hey, we want something similar, and we said, hey, we're not going to give you something similar, we're going to give you something even better. So that's what we've done, and hopefully by now we are all sitting at the NRT gateway jazzed and ready to go. Okay, so click on that market reports button. Any questions so far, Katrina? Or are we looking good?
Nothing at all. We're looking good.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for following along. And we are now at the market reports dashboard. And what I want you to do next, once you're at that dashboard, go to the top right corner. Okay, so you're going to be following me along the way in your own market reports. Go to the top right corner and click on the little arrow next to your name, and the drop down will appear, and you're going to click on Profile. Okay, so you're going to click on Profile, and when you click on Profile, it's going to bring you to your personal information. You're going to have a first name, last name that comes in from our Trident feed. Okay, so it's going to be grayed out. No worries about the red letters. Not to worry on that. However, if you want to make any changes, if you want to update your preferred name yourself, and type in the preferred name that you want to use as we create this signature block, your contact signature block inside the report. Okay, so go ahead and type in your first and last name as you want it to appear. Type in your designation, so it should be independent sales associate, or it could be realtor, or however you best market yourself as a real estate professional. And then you can also add your GRI, your CRS, your LMNOP, and whatever else that you have as designations. Okay. Preferred email address, we have one that pulls in from Trident. However that may be, it could be your coloradohomes.com or whatever you have in the system. If you want to override that, change it, typeset your preferred email address in that next field, and we will be sure that it trumps the email that comes in from Trident. Okay, everybody good there? So go ahead and continue along. Agent website, whatever your agent website is that you may have in Trident, it could be your InTouch, it could be a different URL, a vanity URL, whatever your website is that you like to use and market yourself to. Go ahead and type that into the preferred agent website in the event that it's different than what we have in Trident and we're pulling through. Okay. The field that says license number, disregard, that's not for our marketplace, so no need to enter anything there. Now, in the event that your photo, your personal photo, is not appearing here under the picture, one or two things can happen. You can attach your personal portrait photo of yourself, your professional one, by clicking on the attach file. It'll go and find wherever you have it sitting on your hard drive somewhere. And if in the event that you don't have it ready to go here as part of this demonstration, not to worry, you can come back at any time and upload it. Ideally, if you can grab your photo that you use for your website, your personal website, that being either InTouch or your Colorado Homes photograph, or perhaps even New Panda, whatever image that is, two reasons. It keeps it consistent across the board, that same look, and then also it should be fairly pre-sized, ready to go as it relates to uploading that image. Okay, feel free to either upload it now or come back later. Also, there may be a chance when we get to the report itself that a photo of yourself feeds in, which could be in our Trident feed, whether it be on coloradohomes.com or one of the other sites that we're feeding to. So not to worry. I've been questions where the agent didn't have the photograph, but we created the report, and all of a sudden there was the photo. So we didn't ask questions on why or how that happened, but instead we just chalked it up as awesomeness. So, all right, business phone, that should come in as a feed from Trident as well as your cell phone, but if you want to override that and change it, go ahead with the drop down, as well as so your office number and your cell phone number. Now, in the event that you want to change it completely, you got to get with your office staff, your OA or somebody that knows how to get in and overwrite that information or change it entirely in Trident. So make a note of that if it's different than what you are seeing here. Okay, and then we're going to move on down to social media. And at any time, feel free to start saving your information as you go through this. Okay, in the save button in the upper right corner, once you've made any kind of updates, changes, it's always a good idea to save it should something occur and you don't want to go back and have to re-enter everything. Okay, we're gonna scroll down to social media now, and you're welcome to use your own personal social media information or website addresses, etc. But I would also suggest to consider using the company ones that we will manage for you and keep updated and looking sharp. Okay, so if you don't have a Twitter account and you don't tweet to the world, feel free to use our Twitter account. And again, what we're doing is we're creating buttons that will appear underneath your contact here. So typeset in this field that says the Twitter URL, typeset twitter.com/Caldwell Bank R. Okay, be very careful. Don't put an E in there. It's going to be Caldwell Bank R, C, capital O. All right. So look at the screen and you can see it there. Caldwell Bank, the letter R, capital C, capital O. And I'll quick open this up just so you can see what it looks like and what you're entering, and you can feel confident that maybe the Twitter expert that you may or may not be. Okay. All right. So this is what it looks like. Super sharp. It has all of our company events and just happenings across the board. So feel free to use twitter.com/Caldwell Bank, the letter R, and capital C, capital O. Okay. Everybody good there so far? Awesome. LinkedIn. Hopefully most of you are on LinkedIn in some fashion. If you're not, you're going to probably want to get a LinkedIn, because really LinkedIn's where it's at in the professional arena. So I'm going to go out on a limb and see if I can get into my LinkedIn account. Okay. I might just redirect right to my professional LinkedIn because I've created this URL. So I'm going to try that. That's not it. All right, so we're not going to belabor that as far as LinkedIn goes. Just find your LinkedIn account. We don't have a business LinkedIn account, so you're going to want to use your own LinkedIn account. Well, you know what? Actually, it's Todd or Moir. So I'm going to go ahead and redo that. This works. Yeah, there I am. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do now that we're here, we need to make sure that you have this URL. It's going to be a personal URL that you can use to market yourself. Now, there's a chance that in the event that you've never done this before and your LinkedIn doesn't look like this with linkedin.com/in/your first last name, whatever, it may say something like create your personal URL profile or something like that. I've already done it, so it doesn't show up, but that's what it may look like on your LinkedIn in the event that you're at your LinkedIn page. Click on it if it does, and then what it's going to do is it's going to take you to a little, you're going to see something over here on the right, and I'm not on my personal computer, so I'm not able to really show you directly how to go about that. But over here on the right, there should be something that says edit. There may be a pencil and a piece of paper looking thingamajiggy. Click on that and then it will allow you to customize your URL, okay, your own URL. Now in the event that you click on that edit pencil button, a bunch of numbers after your name, so it'll say / your name and then a bunch of numbers. Go ahead and delete those numbers, okay, delete those numbers all the way up to your name, and then click on save and you'll have this custom URL that we're trying to create. So this is kind of like a sideline, a little bonus part of the training program that I'm trying to get you set up with, okay? In the event that you want to use LinkedIn. And then once you get that LinkedIn URL set to go, go ahead and copy paste it into the LinkedIn field window of your market reports profile that we're updating for you, okay? All right, so moving along, any questions? Everybody good? Okay, so we're going to Facebook. Everybody is probably on Facebook in some fashion. So once you get over to your Facebook account and you click on your personal profile in in the browser window, you can highlight your own personal profile URL and copy paste that in if you want to go that route. Otherwise, you're welcome to use the company's Facebook account, which I'm going to go to facebook.com. Okay, everybody consider this as well in the event that you don't want to have your personal Facebook page in your signature blocks. So it's facebook.com/CB Colorado. That is the company Facebook page that we will manage for you. Keep looking sharp. And as you can see here on the screen, feel free to use that if you wish as a part of your signature block button that we're going to push through to. So feel free to use facebook.com/CB Colorado, or use your own personal Facebook account, which would be at your profile. And then once you click on your profile, you can copy paste your URL in there. Okay, everybody good there on Facebook? Any questions? We're going the right speed. The blog, in the event that you're not a active blogger and you're not blogging to the world, feel free to use our company blog, which would then be coloradohomestyle.com. So you're going to type in the blog URL, coloradohomestyle.com. And when I do that, I'm trying to get to the blog so you can see what that looks like. And it's not letting it open very quickly here. But at any rate, coloradohomestyle.com, coloradohomestyle.com with one S is a blog URL that you can consider using. And then lastly, in the social media front, pinterest.com/CB Colorado is our company Pinterest account that you're welcome to use. As you see here on the screen, we'll take care of it for you in the event that you're not pinning and updating and following and making all kinds of fun things relative to Pinterest. But again, this is just a matter of positioning you as the expert in the social media arena, should you want to go that route. In the event that you have none of these entered, then the little buttons across the bottom of your signature block that we're creating in your report will have nothing there. And that's fine and all as well. But in the event that you want to stay connected with your people and offer additional information, here are the, 5 URLs that you can use. Twitter.com/Coldwell Bank RCO. Your LinkedIn is your own. Facebook.com/CB Colorado you can use. coloradohomestyle.com you can use. And Pinterest.com/CB Colorado. Okay? So go ahead and click on Save. Make sure you got everything. And now we're going to move to the scroll down to where it says Market Area Report Predefined Layout. So where it says Preview the Layout, go ahead and click on that button right there. And it's going to open up a window that allows you to look at some of the different layouts that we have set up for you, namely the picture, the image that would appear in the report. So everything from a nice interior of a home to a patio setting to spectacular homes with views in fall. And this is kind of number 9 is kind of looking like something you may see in Fort Collins or Loveland or Northern Colorado with the lake and the mountains in the background, and so on and so forth. And we have other mountain views with the aspens and so on. Okay, so we are working currently on adding additional local markets, images from the local markets along the Front Range. So we'll have updated ones here shortly as well. But if you want to just go generic and have it look sharp and keep it real estate related, the interior of the property, is looking good there. So click on the radio button that you like, click on Save, and then you're set to go there. All these next fields below, really no need to mess with any of those. And the copy that we've created for you already, based on the area report that we're going to set up and the market report that we're going to set up, you're welcome to make any kind of edits in here. After you've read through it, we think that it's fairly generic enough to work well across the board for everybody. But should you decide you want to change something, be careful with the character counts that you see right here. I would not mess with going beyond the character counts because we've preset it in a way that it just looks well and it the formatting holds in nicely. So feel free to tweak the wording a little bit, but don't go too crazy with the amount of copy you would add in there. So, and then scroll down a little bit further, get to the time zone, make sure you're in the mountain time zone, select the mountain time zone, and then you should be good to go there, okay? All right, so now we're going to click on Save. That gets you all your personal information relative to the market and area reports that we are creating. Click on Save, and now we're going to click on Contacts, okay? So once you've gotten past the personal information, you've clicked on Save, we're going to set up a contact now, okay? So click on Contacts in the left menu, and what I want you to do now is click on New, okay? And we're going to set you yourself up as a contact, and chances are you haven't been in here and set yourself up as a contact. If you have already, great. No need for you to do anything different. But otherwise, go ahead and enter your first name and your last name. You'll see that the salutation auto-populates, which you can change. You can have it say, hey. You can have it say, yo. You can say, what's up, or whatever it is that you want. You can also just delete it completely, and it will have no salutation at all, which kind of works well for those that are going social with these reports, because if you're going to link these out to your social media and share it on your social media, it's nice not to have a salutation coming off the report, because you're going to be addressing everybody in your social media world on Facebook, etc., versus saying, hey, Todd, or hey, Katrina, so addressing some individual reports, which then you, and that was sharing it on Facebook and LinkedIn and so on. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. So go ahead and enter your personal email address, the one that you want to receive emails to starting today from this reporting system. Okay, so put in your real email address that you want to get these emails starting today. Okay, then click on Save and Close. Save and Close. And when you do that, you should see your contact, you as a contact, sitting in this space after you click on Save and Close. Got it? If you ever need to edit it, you can click on the paper pencil. If you want to get rid of it at some point, click on Trash or Delete, and then you can always view the details similar to the Edit option. Okay? All right. So now we are set up with your contact. Your profile has been updated, and now we're going to go into creating a market report. So click on Market Report. I'll give you a second to do that. Any questions out there in the Coldwinker land of market reports? Can they give me a thumbs up on this thing if they like what they see? Are they able to do that?
They are.
So thumbs up me, unless you're feverishly trying to keep up and try to figure out what's...
Just chatted if they're
right, market report, all right? So click on New, okay? Click on the New button. And when you click on the New button, it's going to bring you to this demo. And from here, we're going to jump over the search criteria field for the moment, but we will be back. We're going to go to the contact field. We're going to click on Browse. You're going to find yourself that you've created contact. Click on the radio button. Click on OK. And then it's going to populate your contact name in that contact field. Okay. And then the next item down is the email frequency. So I want you to click on the drop down, and I want you to change it from 7 to 1 day. And the reason I want you to do that is because I want you to start receiving this report that we're going to create right now. Starting, you're going to get the first one today, and then I want you to get it every day until you decide that you can't stand it anymore.
Todd, you're getting a ton of thumbs up.
Boom. blowing things up out there. Thank you, thank you. Tip your waiters. So email frequency, make it 1 day, okay? Make it 1 day. Now, when you're working with your clients, and at some point you're gonna, once you feel comfortable with the report that you're creating and you've seen and you've played with the system and you're ready to go prime time, then that's where you'll work with your clients and say, hey, I got this awesome report. I want to send it to you about your marketplace, whether it's for a client that's either on the path of buying the home, or they may be wanting to sell a home, etc. You're going to ask them, how often do you want me to send you this report? Is it, obviously if daily would probably be overkill, but maybe weekly or every 2 weeks or something along those lines, okay? So every 7 days, every 14 days, you'll ask them what they would prefer, okay? The next one down, consumer type, buyer. For a buyer, you'll have copy that is specific to the buyer client, and that's the copy that we looked at earlier that I said you can make edits to if you want, but don't touch it otherwise. That would say, I know you're interested in buying a home, here's the report, blah, 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 or you may be considering selling a home, and here's the report, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to work with the programmers because it's been requested in the field as I've been doing these classes to get just a generic prospecting prospecting option. So for neither a buyer or seller, but somebody that they just want to stay in touch with and offer them these reports, not specific to whether they may buy or sell, but in a generic form, okay? So that's not available right now, but we're going to try to get that going, okay? And then, the next item is the copy agent on the report. For this one being a demo, no need to copy yourself unless you want to. But when you are setting when you're setting up your clients, you definitely you're going to want to say yes to copy agent on the report. Okay, so for this one, just say no. But in the future, you're going to want to make sure that you're copied on these reports because two things. One, you're going to want to know and want to be reminded when they are receiving the report, right? Because in the event they call you and say, hey, what's the market value, blah, 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 you're going to want to be ready and look at it and come across informative. But on the other hand, in the event that they don't call you, you can follow up and call them, and if you see anything interesting that may spike or do relative to the market conditions, that is also a proactive way to be able to reach out to them. Okay, you can set up an expiration date if you like, and then the next item down, number of listings. I would recommend that you select 25. I think 100 or anything over 100 is going to be excessive. So this is the number of listings or the number of market data inventory that is going to be populated in your report, okay? And it's for each category. So when we create this report in a second here, it will be up to 25 listings in the event that the marketplace that we've selected, the search criteria that we've selected, has enough listings to populate up to 25 or up to 50 or whatever we want to do there. So the bottom line is I would probably not go any more than 25, but you're welcome to go crazy there if you want. You can name the report, so I'm not going to do that in this field, but if you scroll over the little question mark in the circle, it will show you what that looks like in the event that you fill that field out, which would be, the Highlands Ranch or wherever your marketplace is, market report, complements of, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's what that looks like if you want to fill that out. And then you can always change your subject lines. This is already auto-populated for you, but you can change them to say whatever you want. Complements of your name and your client's name will auto-populate in anyways. Okay, so that gets you set up with the initial steps before we actually go in and map out the search criteria area. So what I want you to do now is click on the Edit Search Criteria button right here that you see, and it's going to open up in a window that has new market info, new market report info, and there's a couple options that you can determine. You can do a search radius based on an address, a particular address, enter that address or an MLS number, and then you can decide the radius, whether it's a quarter mile out, half mile out, 5 miles out, whatever you want to do there, based on either the address you've entered or the property MLS number if you have that. And then from there you can decide, do you want all actives, do you want under contracts, do you want solds all included in this report, you want expireds and withdrawns in your report, and then each one of them has a drop down that allows you to decide how much or how far back you want to go with these different options that you've selected. So if you want actives that have been on the market for the past 180 days, you would select that. Anything that's gone under contract in the last 180 days, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's where you select those. You can even rifle down even further with list price and the property type and so on and so forth. It really allows you to hone in on specific information, which is certainly very powerful if you want to go that route. What I think is really cool and where the rubber hits the road is the map search. Okay, and this is what I think you may want to utilize and maximize the opportunity on. So I am going to click on the map search button. Okay, and from there, it's going to pull up a map. It's going to pull up the criteria information that we've already considered or looked at. You could always alter that as you like. But what I want you to do is you'll see the little double arrow. Click on that so it compresses it. Okay, and then also there's a little window above that where we just compressed that gives you the MLS options. So if you're in the Iris area and you want to pull data from Iris, by all means, you can even go to Pikes Peak and Vail, Pueblo, etc. So if you're in Iris, select Iris, or if you're in the Denver metro area, but you have a consumer, buyer, client, whatever, that's going to be considering moving to or from the Iris area, whether it's Boulder or Fort Collins or anywhere up north, and vice versa. If you're in the Iris marketplace, but you want to give your client information about the Metro List marketplace in the Denver metro area, you can select whatever one you want to go with. Okay, all the way down to Pikes Peak and Pueblo and so on and so forth, and up into Vail too. So you select which one. I saw it yesterday for some reason, and when I was in Loveland, it only gave them the Iris option and not the other option. So I have a note to figure out why that was, and we'll open it up so everybody can hopefully have all that, all the MLS options to look at, okay, and utilize. So hold tight on that, Loveland. Fort Collins, in the morning, you were able to see them all, so I don't know why that was, but not to worry. All right, so the map, we're at the map, and you can, with your mouse, drag the little hand to get the map, wherever you want it to focus on based on your market and the space that we are creating for you, or the report that we're going to be creating for you. And since I'm in Highlands Ranch, I'll go kind of over in here, and I'm going to zoom in. And then what I'm going to do, hopefully you're doing the same while we're working through this, we're going to go up to the little tools in the right corner. So you can decide if you want to use the rectangle tool, the circle tool, or the polygon tool, which you can draw stars and all kinds of crazy trapezoids and whatever else you want to do. My suggestion is probably to just use a rectangle. So you'll click on the rectangle tool. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your mouse and you're going to click on the map and let go of your mouse. And then when you release your mouse, it's going to draw for you. And then you're going to click it again and it's going to open a window. So I'm going to say East Highlands Ranch is your what you're going to name it. Okay. Question.
Yeah, we've got a question from Vanessa. Can you not do a specific neighborhood like Chris showed us at previews?
So you can hone in just as I did here. You can rifle it right into a specific neighborhood for the market report. And then when we get into the area report, which will be a separate report, I'll show you how you can go in and identify specific sub-areas, sub-neighborhoods. So that is the area report, which we'll get to in a second here. But as you can see here on the market report, you can draw the map in and go, from there as to what area or space you want to select. Okay, and as you can see here with my mouse, I can expand the space or the area that I want to focus in. I can reduce the space. I can really get some good dialed-in content and information and data. Okay. So with that, here's the data that's being pulled in based on the criteria that we've created and the map that I've drawn. And again, you can narrow it down to whatever sub-area within it and customize it specific right down to literally a street. You're probably going to want to keep it a little broader, because if you just do a certain little small area, you may not get a lot of data, and the cross-referencing or cross-checking of the data may not be as broad or diversified in that sense. So I'm going to click on OK, okay, and it will then populate what we've selected in that space. It gives you obviously the quadrants. It gives you the fact that we have expires in this report. We have withdrawns, we have actives, we have so on and so forth, all spaced or all selected in that area based on the criteria. If you want to start over, you can click on clear and it'll wipe it out. If you want to go back in and change it a bit, you can click on edit and take you back in, and you can adjust it however you like. So now I'm going to have you click on preview. Okay, so in the top right corner, you're going to click on preview, and what it's going to do in a matter of seconds is generate the report that we just created. So there's the photo that we created, depending on the layout that you selected. Here's the salutation. Here's the copy that you can edit back in that area. By all means, here's the contact information. Here are the little buttons for the social media that we've generated for you with your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Pinterest, the blog. It's all sitting there ready for you to go global and prime time with. So again, if you click on each one of those, you're going to want to make sure it goes to where you want it to go to on each one of these little buttons based on what you've entered into those fields. You can always go back to your profile and update them or change them or add to them or whatever you want to do there. Here's the Pinterest that we've created, and then here's the blog that we've inserted for you, and those little buttons across the bottom of your signature block. So for some reason our blog takes a little while. And then as you scroll down, here's the amazing, this is incredible when you think about it. In a matter of a few clicks, obviously it took a little longer because I'm doing a demo, but if you count it up, you can pretty much figure 7 to 10 max clicks and selections to generate this truly amazing report that has sale data. It has the sale high-low average. It has the sold high-low average. It's all graphed. Here is the active inventory in that area under contracts. You can click on any one of these links and it will take you right to that property with your contact information, looking as if it were your listing in essence, even though we know it wasn't in this case. And then as you scroll down, here's the local inventory that's on the market right now as of the 11/16 report that we just pulled. And again, you can go in and click on it and scroll through the photos as a consumer's experience And this is what's great about this is it's real-time information specific to the area that your client would be most interested in. It's not like some of the other reports that we've seen out there that is so vast, so broad, and so in some cases irrelevant to the consumer or your client that would be getting it. But instead it's real-time information that we pull straight out of the MLS with all that good information. Okay, so that's the preview. Now you're going to want to click on Save and Send. Click on Save and Send, and then it will say your report is being processed and will be emailed to the recipient shortly from there. And then new reports going forward starting tomorrow, because we selected this as a one-day. You're going to start receiving this every single day starting tomorrow. So I'm not going to click OK because I don't want to get yet another report. I've done this a million times, and my email is about to explode with all these reports. But that's how you create a market report. And then from here, you can go in and edit it. You can change it. You can trash it to click on. And so why I want you to click on the preview button is it allows you to then open it up. And I want you to create a link that will put in your social media, in your Facebook or in your LinkedIn, etc. So click on the preview, and then at the top where it says click here if you're having difficulty viewing this report. What it's going to do is it's going to open it up in its own browser with its own URL. And then I want you to copy paste that URL, and I want you to open up your Facebook. The other question.
Todd, another question. How big of a file is the entire file type whenever they send it to their clients? They just want to know if it's compressed or not.
Oh yeah, well it's HTML, so it's embedded. It's embedded in the email, and the weight of it's all the email or something. It's going to say how big it is, but it's not very loaded, so not to worry on that. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into Facebook, and we've created that HTML, or I'm sorry, that web link. You're going to copy it, and then you're going to go to your timeline, and you're going to paste it into Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever it is that you want to share this. And then what you need to do is wait for it to load in. See how it loads in, and it creates this little box before you hit post. And then what you're going to want to do before you hit post is probably something along the lines of check out today's report, yada, 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 okay? And whatever you want to do there, okay? And if you want to really get your people engaged, you may want to take a look at the report itself, pick out something in the report that would be of interest, and maybe do a little quiz that says, hey, today's report is blah, blah, blah. For the first 5 people that tell me what the average sales price is, you'll get a candy bar or something. I don't know. But something along the lines of enabling your people to be engaging with you would be highly beneficial, and that's ultimately what it's all about. So check out today's report or whatever you want to do. You can decide whether you're feeling excited about it, and you can check in to your local marketplace, etc., and then click on post. And when you click on post, it will do just that. It'll put it in your timeline, and look how sharp it looks as the authority in the real estate sector that you are. You click on the report, and bam, it is there for you to engage with your people on, and it is super sharp, as I said. You'll see here in the report, the one that comes in the email, as well as this one here. You can select this share option. When you select on share, it opens up every single social media option on the planet, which I don't think you want to go this way. Instead, you want to copy paste it like I showed you earlier, because if you do go this way, it will say add this posted to posted the report to your Facebook, and I don't know. I think it looks better if it's just nice and clean and it doesn't have add this, just posted to your social media. So don't go that route, but instead just copy paste the link directly into your timeline on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and so on. Okay, so that's how you share these reports in your social media world. Okay. All right. So then, lastly and quickly, I'm going to jump over to the market report or area report because I know we're getting short on time. So you're going to click on area report. You're going to click on new, and then you're going to click on. You're going to name that report. So it's going to be the Highlands Ranch for me area report demo. Okay. You're going to click on browse contact. You're going to find the contact that you want it to be sent to, which is yourself in this case. You're going to now click on Browse under Market Areas, okay? And here are all the counties that you can scroll through. But what I want you to do is click on the Search tab, and then I'm going to type in Highlands Ranch in this field, okay? And then you're going to go down to the region. And in your marketplace, wherever you are, you're going to type in, I'm typing in Douglas because I want Douglas County. You can add additional counties if you want. I'm going to add Arapahoe County, even though Highlands Ranch is not in Arapahoe County. But you can, if you're in Fort Collins or Loveland, Longmont, you can do Larimer County and Weld County or Boulder County, Larimer County, whatever you want to do there. And then once those two items are in there, in this case, click on search. And this is where the question earlier about sub-areas. This is where you can go into sub-areas, subdivisions, and pull the area report. Now, bear in mind the area report is more aggregated, top-level type data, and it's not specific to the market, so it's not going to have listing information, property information, and so forth. It's more top-level type. So I've created the initial report. You can select yes at a later time when you want to be copied on it. But for now, we're going to click on preview, and then you can see what this report will look like, which is far different. And once you start playing with these, you'll be able to determine which report is best for your specific clients, whether it's an engineer that's into this kind of information and really wants some specific data graphed out, as you can see here, or if they want more of the analytical, detailed type information that you see in their market report, or the best of both worlds. One thing I will say is what's great about the area report is that you can print it so you can create a PDF, click on PDF right there underneath the photo, and before you go to an open house, or if you want to door knock a area, or if you're a part of the farm club, you can print this baby out and have it for handouts. You'd attach your business card, even though your contact information is here, but it really is a nice display of information specific to a certain area in the event that you want to be the authority and the expert in the marketplace, and you're able to generate these type of reports, which is mind-boggling when you think in a matter of 2 seconds and 2 clicks or 3 clicks, you have a report that is super customized and super sharp. Now, bear in mind again, and I think I mentioned this earlier, you do not want to take your new Panda contacts and dump them all into this reporting system. That's not what this is about. You want to select, be very selective in creating your contacts. So don't go to new Panda and dump them all in here and then start sending them out. That's not what this system and program is about. So we will have a quarterly report the first part of the year, and we will come back around and share that with you towards the first part of 2017, which will take you to the next level in being able to deliver reports. So,
2 questions about the same thing, actually. So what does somebody do if the subdivisions they're looking for are not included in the list?
Yeah, if you happen to have subdivisions, sub areas that are not in the report, or in the list of options, please email me or somehow get me that information so I can go back to the programmers and we can have them research it and pull it. Obviously, we're pulling straight out of the MLS, but sometimes for whatever reason, if it's not in the feed, then we'll make it right and we'll get it added. So somehow contact me and we'll and be specific, obviously, in the information that you're looking for that sub area with the county and maybe the city, and then what's the name of the sub area that we should be pulling in that feed. Okay. Lastly, and I know we need to wrap up here pretty quick, but process reports and they start going out. This is your analytics, similar to say like New Panda or any other system that enables you to send information, so you can see who has sent or who's opened it and what else they did with it. So you can click on any of those radial buttons, click on Show Report. You can get granular on the dates and so on, and then it will open up the analytics for whatever the case may be on your various reports. So mine's not very active just because mainly I'm using it for training purposes. But you can see here, this is your prospecting tracker and the analytics and what it is that is being tracked specifically. So I don't know, do I have time? Should I go into categories? Okay, so I have 5 minutes. So you can create categories. So if you have a farm area and you're part of the farm club, or if you have a specific building that you want to market to and send reports to, or if you have a subdivision you want to, a HOA or whatever, your sphere, that you want to be very mindful and strategic in sending them this information. Again, this is not New Panda blasting them with market data, okay? Do not do that. You'll be sorry, I promise you. That's not why we designed this thing. That's for the other system, New Panda. So you can create categories. And so what you can do here, chances are you don't have a category, but go ahead and click on New. And then I'm going to just type in Parker. I'm going to do Parker category demo. I'll just do Parker demo. And then what you're going to do is click on Contact, click on Market Report, click on Area Report. Don't click on Quarterly because we don't have it yet. But so now we're creating this category. You'll click on Save and Close. The record was created. We'll go in and you'll see the little Parker demo or whatever you did on your category. And then from here, go to Contacts and to assign your contacts. So you're going to have a lot of contacts over time, or you're going to create contacts. You can select who you want to appear in a certain category. So select the check boxes and go over to category, and you will then assign these contacts into that category that you've created, and then they will start, you can set it up where they can get certain reports. So these folks are now going to be in my, my Parker category, as you see here. And then what happens is when we generate a report, so I'm going to go back to my report, I'm going to click on Edit, and you're going to see here my Parker demo. So I want my Parker demo people to get this report. And when I do that, I'll click on Save and Close, and then they'll start receiving the Parker demo report. Okay?
Todd, really quick on contacts. Will there be any other future options for contact importing, or is it just going to remain CSV files?
I don't know. What does it say here? Outlook and then unknown. I think you can upload, export to CSV. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I can ask the programmers that put this together for us. But I know, CSV is probably the most universal. So that's obviously why they did that. And it may be even so much so that that's how they have built this thing. So.
And then one other question. Can you spend a minute on the prospect tracker? This person has been using this for about a month. but cannot figure out some of the features.
How about we go offline with that? So email me, and then whether myself or one of my colleagues will spend some time with you on that. The purpose of this session was more just to get us up and running, and then send me an email, and either I myself or I'll have my colleague Mady get back in touch with you to help you with the prospecting tracker. Alrighty, anybody else? Who got their email? Did an email come through? Did you get your email? I have 1 minute left, and then we go dark here. But if you have a second to just say yes, got the email, like what we have here and what you've seen, I guess, are we on the right track with what we've developed for you to engage with your people in as it relates to specific real estate market data? Are we on the right track, allowing you, in addition to the AVP non-real estate information, to get delivered this type of information? It'd be nice to hear back from you either now or later. So, all right, there you have it. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.